You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Jared Goff and the NFC champion Los Angeles Rams as they square off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And Charles, we've got two NFC West teams here. Your assessment of the state of the division coming into 2019, is it the Rams to lose?
We saw the changing of the guard with the Rams taking over from Seattle a couple of seasons ago. But Seattle got back in the game pretty fast, didn't they? You remember preseason last year? It was doom and gloom. They ended up in the playoffs. Arizona, they're kind of hitting the reset button. It's San Francisco to keep your eye on. With good health, good drafts, they could be the team that can really contend.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The L.A. Rams taking the field here. There's Jared Goff. He'll be under center for the 3-0 Rams, who beat Cleveland last week 20-13. And Jared Goff, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in that game. He also had a fumble, but he did lead him to the victory. And they're going to need him because, gosh, in that game, Todd Gurley just 43 yards rushing.
Yeah, and they keep talking about he's healthy, everything's okay, but the numbers don't really support that overall. We'll see as the season progresses, but Jared Goff has a lot of confidence in his right arm and a ton of confidence in the guys who catch passes from him. How about Brandon Cooks? He was huge in this game, and he's probably playing with a little extra desire after not making that catch in the end zone in the Super Bowl last year. And Cooper Kupp, his return has been huge at receiver for the Rams. Really opens up their offense.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Seattle's offense being led out here by Russell Wilson, coming off that Week 3 loss to New Orleans 33-27. That's the first loss of the season for Seattle. But it wasn't because of Wilson. He was, 32 of 50 in that game and over 400 yards passing.
2 touchdowns, and also used his legs, 51 yards on the ground, and another 2 touchdowns. The only downside, a couple of missed throws on 4th down plays that would have sustained drives as he tried to lead the comeback against a big New Orleans lead.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. On the stop was Aaron Donald. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
From the 36, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Rams offense working their way back out here at 3-0 on the young season. Interestingly tied with the San Francisco 49ers atop the NFC West, also at 3-0. But let's look ahead for the Rams. They host Tampa Bay, then they'll travel to Seattle. How much do you like this Rams team, Charles?
I like them a lot because we've seen throughout history teams that get to the Super Bowl and don't win traditionally struggle the next season. And this Rams team has put that behind them, the loss to New England, and found a way to start 3-0 this year. And I like the toughness they're exhibiting, both mentally and physically. I think they should handle Tampa Bay next week at home. Then going to Seattle, that'll tell us a lot, because last year they beat Seattle twice in the regular season, but they didn't like the style. Seattle beat them up running the football. Let's see if they can match that same intensity this year with their defense.
Now Gurley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Goff on 3rd down. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 1st down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, keep it up, keep it up. Get ready.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
You got rock me.
A nice pickup on 1st down, 7 yards. Woods coming off by far the best year of his career. 86 catches, over 1,200 yards. Now he's hoping to build on that. But well, he was a key cog in the wheel that took them to the Super Bowl last season. 11 yards there, 1st down. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Higbee secures it over the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Throwing on third. Gone. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Goff now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Goff going to hand it to Gurley, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Out of the gun. Goff. This one to the left to Higbee. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Seattle's offense takes the field again here. I want to go back to what we were talking about earlier, their Week 3 loss, 33-27 in New Orleans. Chris Carson, he fumbled and lost a fumble in this game. That is the 3rd straight game that he's done that, CD. He's got to protect the football a bit better.
He was a 1,000-yard rusher last year, and for Seattle's offense to really roll, he's going to be a big part of it with the running game. But if he's putting the ball on the turf, that's not going to help at all. In addition, the offense was just 1 of 4 on 4th down, so Pete Carroll, their head coach, likes to be aggressive, but if it doesn't pay off, puts the defense in a bind. And to add injury to insult, the insult being the loss, Coach Pete Carroll was hit in the face by a football during pregame warm-ups. They had to patch up his nose that he had to deal with during that game as well. So all in all, a lost day for the head coach and his Hawks.
And they'll try to get back. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Man, there's a lot to think about when you're playing quarterback, isn't there? I mean, this is third and, throw it up in the stands and make sure no one can catch it.
Fourth down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. JoJo Natson back deep. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, he might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
With that incompletion, we step league-wide for a second. I want to discuss Saquon Barkley's injury. Obviously, that hurts the Giants, who are having a quarterback change. And, look, Daniel Jones looked good, but they're going to need Saquon Barkley in that backfield.
In a big way. Not just as a runner, obviously, but his ability to catch the ball in the backfield, make plays in open space. 4 to 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Horrible news, not just for the Giants, but how about fantasy football teams? All right, if you've got Saquon Barkley, many of you selected him at number 1 in your draft. Now he's going to be out for a decent portion of the season.
You better hit your waiver wire and get Wayne Gallman quickly. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Good track.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Rashad Penny, and he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Out to his left. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it they're picking up the first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now Wilson on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. Charles, with that incompletion, I want to step back for a second, just talk. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To throw again on second down. Goff. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it'll bring up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Johnny Hecker now. He'll boot it away from about his 35.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Charles, before the game, you and I were looking at the still undefeated teams in the league, and Detroit's technically won at 2-0-1, but let's look at the 3-0 teams. The Bills, Patriots, Chiefs, Cowboys, Rams, 49ers, and Packers. I'm guessing if I ask you who would lose first, you might say Buffalo because they play New England this weekend.
I think you're right about that because that's what you look at. What's the schedule tell us? We know the 49ers are safe because they got an open week coming, so they should be okay on that one. But you would say Buffalo, even though they're at home, New England gets them. But as a wild card, putting them on upset alert, Green Bay on Thursday night with a desperate Philadelphia team coming in. You know, you've got to be really careful with that, despite the fact Green Bay's defense has been so impressive in the early going.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Oh, and now some space to operate. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Check, 315. Check, Mike 54. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This is Carson, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Now it's Gurley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now Goff, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with a game, because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd want to know why I didn't get the football.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Corey Littleton coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
the kicker.
Well, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped in the contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Goff now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now it's gone. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there. That'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To the air again. Gone. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Quit talking about it. Easy.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They run again with Carson. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They run the counter. Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Jaron Reed, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.